When people talk about the most valuable and expensive quarter-dollar coin from 1999, they're usually referring to coins from the legendary 50-state quarters program. That year marked the beginning of one of the most collected coin series in American history. Millions of ordinary quarters were released into circulation, but hidden among them were extremely rare versions, special silver proofs, deep cameo strikes, and era coins that today can command astonishing prices. While most 1999 quarters are worth just 25 cents, a tiny fraction have become treasures that collectors dream about. In 1999, the U.S. released 5 state designs: 1999 Delaware State Quarter, 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter, 1999 New Jersey State Quarter, 1999 Georgia State Quarter, and 1999 Connecticut State Quarter. Most were made from copper-nickel for everyday use, but a limited number were struck in 90% silver for special collector sets. These silver quarters were never meant for circulation, which instantly makes them more desirable. When these coins remain in flawless condition, graded at the highest levels, they can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and demand. However, what truly captures attention are the rare minting errors and ultra-high-grade examples. Some 1999 quarters have dramatic errors, such as double strikes, off-center designs, missing clad layers, or experimental planchets. In rare cases, certain error coins have sold for surprisingly high amounts at auction because collectors value uniqueness. A perfectly preserved 1999 silver-proof quarter with a pristine surface and strong mirror finish can also bring impressive prices, especially when certified by top grading companies. These are the coins that spark stories about life-changing discoveries in pocket change. But here is the honest truth. No regular 1999 quarter is worth millions of dollars in today's market. While some rare examples can reach thousands, or in extremely unique cases, tens of thousands, there's no verified record of a 1999 state quarter selling for millions. Stories claiming that a common 1999 quarter can make you a billionaire overnight are exaggerated myths. The true power of these coins lies in rarity, condition, grading, and documented authenticity, not simply the year on the coin. That said, if you believe you have something unusual, it is still worth checking carefully. Look at the mint mark P, D, or S. Examine the edge for silver composition, solid silver color, without copper stripe, and inspect for striking errors. A coin in untouched, mint state condition is far more valuable than one that has been worn down by circulation. Having it professionally graded and authenticated is the safest way to discover its real market value. Many collectors have found surprising treasures simply because they paid attention. The excitement surrounding 1999 quarters continues because they mark the start of a historic era in modern coin collecting. While they may not turn you into a billionaire overnight, certain rare examples can absolutely change your financial situation in meaningful ways. The key is knowledge, patience, and verification. So before you spend that old 1999 quarter, take a closer look. You might not be holding a fortune in the millions, but you could still be holding a small piece of American numismatic history with far greater value than its face amount. When you whisper the year 2001 into the world of coin collecting, you're stirring up dreams, legends, and wild hopes, especially if you're talking about United States quarter-dollar coins. To most people, a 2001 quarter is just a quarter, a tiny piece of metal used to pay for parking meters or fountain sodas. But for collectors and treasure hunters, certain versions of that same quarter hold a mystique so powerful that stories swirl about them being worth unbelievable sums, enough to change a life overnight. Could a 2001 quarter literally make someone a billionaire? That idea is the stuff of fantasies and folklore, but the rarest of coins do have histories that defy imagination. In 2001, the U.S. Mint continued producing quarters as part of the beloved 50-state quarters program, featuring designs that honor different states with art that tells stories of heritage and pride. Millions and millions of these coins were struck in standard copper-nickel metals and sent into everyday circulation. Most of these are worth exactly what they've always been worth, 25 cents. But hidden within the sea of ordinary coins, a handful of special strikes were created in 90% silver specifically for collectors. These silver strikes were not meant for loose spending. They were made for special sets, proof collections, and prestigious presentations. And because silver itself has real material value, those coins are already more interesting than a standard pocket quarter. Now imagine one of those silver quarters that has remained untouched for decades, never scratched, never marked, still gleaming like the moment it was struck. In the world of coin grading, such a coin could command significant money at auction if it scores near perfection. These proof-quality silver quarters are where you begin to see prices that climb into the thousands. And when a coin exhibits something truly unusual, an error in striking, an off-center design, or an unexpected double image, that's when collector hearts race and paddles rise. But here's where reality and legend start to diverge. No authenticated 2001 U.S. quarter has ever been reliably documented as selling for millions of dollars. The idea that a common 2001 quarter could instantly turn someone into a billionaire is a tale more sensational than factual. The market simply does not support that level of value for any known 2001 quarter, silver or otherwise. The true power of any coin's worth comes from its rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance, not the mystical hope that every old coin is secret treasure. That doesn't mean you should toss your quarter away. On the contrary, if you have a 2001 quarter that looks unusually crisp, bears a mint mark that suggests a special issue, like an S for proof examples, or seems to exhibit strange surface features that don't match ordinary coins, it deserves a closer look. Professional grading services exist precisely to evaluate and certify coins. Sending such a coin to be graded can unlock its true market value, and in rare cases transform what seemed like spare change into a valuable collectible. Ultimately, the world of coin collecting is filled with passion, mystery, and the thrill of discovery. While a 2001 quarter is unlikely to suddenly deposit millions or billions into your bank account, the rarest and most pristine examples do hold value far beyond their face worth. The excitement is in the hunt, the artistry, the history on metal. So before you spend that old 2001 quarter at a bargain, take a moment, examine it closely, and imagine the story it might tell. You might not be holding a billionaire maker, but you could be holding a dazzling fragment of history that's worth far more than a quick purchase price. When you think of a 2000 United States quarter dollar, most minds drift to the everyday change jingling in pockets and coffee jars. But for those who live and breathe the magic of numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting, certain quarters from the year 2000 carry a secret allure. These coins, especially those struck in special conditions or with rare variations, have become the stuff of whispered legends. Some collectors will tell you that hidden among ordinary coins could be a single treasure, so rare it could reshape your financial destiny. Yes, even stories that hint at value in the millions, stories that ignite imaginations and make ordinary people wonder if their old jar of loose change could turn them into overnight millionaires. In the year 2000, the United States was deep into the celebrated 50-state quarters program, a series that would eventually become one of the most successful and beloved coin releases in American history. That year saw quarters released honoring several states with distinctive designs that captured culture, history, and pride. Millions of these coins were minted for everyday use, mostly made from copper-nickel-clad metal, the same composition used in regular quarters for decades. These standard circulation strikes are generally worth their face value, 25 cents. But the story becomes far more interesting when you look beyond what most people spend. A select number of quarters from the year 2000 were struck in 90% silver, not for everyday commerce, but for collector sets, proof sets, and special editions distributed by the U.S. Mint. These silver strikes were handled carefully by collectors and often kept in protective packaging. Silver itself has intrinsic metal value, which makes these coins instantly more interesting than an ordinary quarter. But their true worth doesn't stop at metal content. If a silver quarter from 2000 survived decades with a flawless surface, no scratches, no wear or mirror-like finish, its value can climb significantly when shown to serious collectors or auction houses. Then there are the rare error coins, mistakes in the minting process that turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. Think of coins struck off-center, with doubled imagery, missing elements, or unusual metal blends that slip through quality controls. These mistakes are extremely scarce, unpredictable, and highly sought after. When one of these era coins comes to auction, adrenaline spikes and bidding wars can erupt as collectors vie to own something truly one of a kind. This is where tales of coins worth hundreds of thousands begin to make headlines in numismatic circles. But here is the grounded truth beneath the legend. Despite the most sensational stories, there is no verified record of any 2,000 U.S. quarters selling for millions of dollars, and certainly not enough to make someone a billionaire overnight. These fantastical claims are part of the folklore that surrounds rare coins, a blend of hope, wonder, and a human love for the idea of hidden treasure. While rare and high-grade coins can be valuable beyond their face value, reaching into thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in exceptional circumstances, the leap to millionaire status is not supported by real market history. Still, if you have a 2,000 quarter that looks extraordinary, especially one that's silver, flawless, or displaying weird visual quirks, it deserves attention. Don't casually spend it at a convenience store or trade it for something trivial. Consider having it examined by a reputable coin grading service. Professionals can authenticate its rarity and help connect you to collectors who understand its real worth. The journey of uncovering a rare coin's history and value is thrilling in its own right. While it might not instantly make you a billionaire, discovering a piece of history that others dream about is a kind of fortune on its own, a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary things hold the most extraordinary stories.